The sun's coming out. Hey, what's up, guys? So we hit 10,000 subscribers. So I just wanted to make this video thanking you guys. I really appreciate you guys subscribing and watching all my videos and commenting. I read all my comments, so it is cool to hear from you guys, and it's fun too. Like when you guys have questions and you know, help you guys out in some way or another, and you guys are really happy. It's really cool being able to help you guys. So and I've been able to learn from a couple of you guys too, so that's been great. Yeah, but so we'll start off. I am doing a giveaway, so I'll announce what the giveaway is at the end of the video here. But first, we're gonna go over. I asked you guys to ask me some questions, so we're gonna do that. Big D of 03 asks, are you going to lift your Jeep or any sort of drivetrain swap, transfer case, axle, slip yoke, eliminator, etc.? At the moment, the biggest kind of like, I don't know, upgrade I want to do is upgrading the front suspension. So I want to get a new tie rod, drag link, probably some different ball joints, kind of beef up the front end of the Jeep as much as possible. You know, if YouTube keeps growing, you know, definitely axle swaps, stuff along those kind of lines is what I would like to do anyway. But for now, just upgrading kind of the stock stuff that I got right now. Vito2772 asks, what first got you hooked on the Wrangler? So my sister, actually my parents bought my sister a Jeep, and we drove out to Michigan to go get it. So I drove it all the way back home, and then drove it for that winter because it was winter time and there's snow on the ground, and it was a stick shift, so she'd never learned sticks. We didn't want her learning on the slippery conditions driving stick. So I drove it for probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 months, and that's kind of really what got me into wanting a Jeep. So. Oswald Schmidt says, I'll be painting Metal Cloak Flare soon. What paint and primer did you use for yours? I used Rust-Oleum Rust Back to Metal, and then their self-etching primer, and then their truck bed liner to finish off, these off. And so far, they've turned out really good. And you know, going through the salty winter, granted I would wash the salt off, but you know, it's probably the worst possible scenario, and they've held up great so far. And if it ever kind of comes off, I can always take it off and refinish it. So. Alright, 4.0 TJ says, best starting mods for a Jeep. I did make a video on the best starter mods, so if you definitely want to watch that. But definitely headlights, getting those Sunpie headlights, wheels and tires, and then kind of all the plastic trim that is, like if it's faded or whatever, you know, either getting some Plasti Dip or some bed liner and refinishing them, and then any chrome on the Jeep I like to black out. But yeah, that's kind of basically, but I go into more depth in that video. 23 Dun MC says, favorite things about driving the Jeep, worst things. So my favorite thing is definitely being able to take the top off and the doors off and cruise around. That's just so much fun. So I like doing that. Worst thing is probably if you have a headache and I'm on the freeway, and that's kind of when it's the worst, is when you have a headache. My exhaust is kind of loud, the tires are loud. And then when it's super windy, you're just getting blasted in the face with wind. So that's probably the worst if you got a headache and you're driving on the freeway. The Exploration TJ asked, stock axles and what gearing? Yes, so the guy who first optioned this Jeep from the factory optioned the heavy-duty Dana 44 rear axle. So I have 373s in the back, and then the stock TJ front axle. With 373s as well. Craig says, which is 06 TVSS, says, still waiting on official KyleSVT meet. That would be sweet. Maybe someday. I'd be down for sure. Cedar13 says, would you ever consider buying a JL or JT if the money was right? Yeah, I mean those. I looked at I saw the JT, the Gladiator, at the auto show, and it looked awesome. The thing about it is, Jeep just released their pricing on their website, and the way I built a 2-door JL Rubicon was like it was like 47,000, and then the JT was like 53 or something like that. So at that kind of money, I don't ever see you know, spending on that. But you know, maybe once the JT is a used truck, you know, maybe I could see getting one then. But as far as right now anyway, with the situation I'm in anyway, you know, spending 50,000-60,000 on a new car just wouldn't work. So, but yeah, I do like them a lot for sure. Kobe W says favorite part about owning a TJ. Congrats on the milestone. Well, thank you, dude. It's a wee bit windy. Favorite thing about owning the TJ, I kind of touched on this earlier. Definitely being able to take the top off and the doors off, and it's just a really cool driving experience. Oh, he's got another question. What's your favorite memory in your TJ? Congrats on 10K. Probably the first time I put the 35s on. That was probably the coolest. Well, the coolest was probably when it came off the truck. I had it delivered from Colorado. So when I first saw it, and it, you know, seeing a 9,000 mile TJ, you know, back in 2000, was it 16 or 17 I got it. Seeing a TJ with 9,000 miles, I thought that was pretty cool. So that was probably the coolest moment in the TJ, or, you know, was pretty much getting it and unwrapping the soft top because it was in its factory wrapping. So all that was pretty cool. Husky Airsoft 5 says, what do you do if your full door on your TJ won't come off because hinges are rusted? Get some penetrating oil. If your hinges are kind of rusted, I hate to use penetrating oil on the paint, but if you have to get them out, you have to get them out. So just soak that stuff in some penetrating oil and just wiggle the door back and forth and up at the same time. My buddy has a JK, and his hinges, his little hinge inserts were super rusted too, and it was just a matter of us both lifting up on the door and swinging it back and forth. So hopefully that helps. RC Kennerson says, ever gonna do a lift and gears? So if we ever go bigger tires, you know, maybe I'll do a lift. But right now I'm really happy with the way it drives, and the amount of clearance I get is fine for what I do. But yeah, so if I ever get bigger tires, maybe we'll do like a 2-inch lift, nothing crazy, but just maybe a little bit. In gears, it kind of depends. It depends if if YouTube keeps growing, I'd like to do a motor swap. Like to do like what I have in the Cobra, an 03 Cobra motor and transmission, but that involves new axles, all that kind of stuff. So I don't know if I'll change, because right now it drives great with these 35s and 373s. I have no complaints. So for now, you know, no. Jeep names Sancha says, will you be buying a new Gladiator? No, but they're sweet. I wish I could afford one. Even if I could afford it, I don't know if I'd want to spend that kind of money on a truck. I don't know. They're cool, but to me, I don't know. It's just a lot of money for something that I think is cool. I don't really need a pickup truck or would use one. If I would get a pickup, I'd probably get a Comanche, and those are a lot cheaper, and you can kind of, you know, work on them and stuff like that. But they're definitely awesome. After seeing it in person, I really liked it. So I don't know, maybe someday. Johnny Dennis asks, what was your first car? My first car was a 1998 Dodge Dakota Sport. One ill Jeepin', I think. If I mess your guys' names up, I'm sorry. Will you lift the Jeep soon? Like I said, the other people know, not now anyway. Jeep MK22 says, when will you be selling your 10K merchandise? Sure. I will be doing I'll be getting those t-shirts and meeting with someone tomorrow to kind of figure out what we're going to do as far as design, and then manufacturing the t-shirts and stuff like that. So when I announce the winner of this giveaway that I'm having in here, I'll have a link for you guys to buy the t-shirts. But thank you, I appreciate you guys, appreciate you wanting to support me. Arturo Alvarez asks, I love your Jeep and your Cobra, bro. How old were you when you got them? So the Jeep was that 2 years ago? So what is that, 23? So 23, and then the Cobra was, I think, 17 or 18. Aquarius Sumelo, he's in my Discord, but I don't, that's funny. Can't really say his name well. Okay, what has been your inspiration to keep the channel going? Also, any new builds soon? I mean, definitely you guys. I mean, getting a decent amount of views, you know, has been kind of nice too. But I think mainly the comments of you guys saying, you know, thank you so much, you guys helped me, or I've gotten so many emails and comments, and like, I've been watching all your videos, and it finally made me buy a Jeep, and that, I don't know, to me that kind of keeps me going too. And I just like making videos. I've always liked making videos, so it's kind of a fun thing, but then to kind of help you guys out too is really cool. So Jesus Irada 291 Irada Jesus Irada. Sorry, dude. Congrats on 10K. My question is what's the biggest tire you can run on a Cobra? I've seen guys with the right wheel setup run, I think 335s on the back of a Cobra. I'm not sure if you can go bigger. There might be, but 335s are pretty meaty tires. So, KyleSVT 03. When's the Cobra getting a ported blower? So I want to finish all of the suspension stuff on the car. Getting that new steering rack put in. So once I get all of that done, I want to get some Recaro racing seats, some fixed back racing seats, and then once I'm done with that, then we'll work into the ported blower, because there's a lot of different things that'll come with the ported blower, like fuel injectors, maybe a fuel pump, math. I'll probably do like a different mid pipe. So not for a little while yet. I mean, obviously, if YouTube keeps growing, obviously that'll come sooner. But for right now, that's kind of a little farther down the line. But you never know. Andercon 6. Who's your favorite subscriber? Andreas, duh. Smackdown Dog. Favorite genre of music? Probably the main stuff I listen to is any I like electronic music. But then I really like soundtrack music. So, well, you guys know, if you guys have seen any of my videos on the Jeep, I play a lot of like Battlefield music, just movie track, soundtracks, stuff like that. So that's I like a lot of different. My Spotify is full of just a ton of different stuff, so I really don't have a favorite, but those are kind of the main two I probably listen to the most. Lexi Harris, would you consider making your own merch? Yes, we're gonna be making some here soon. So Joey Copa, will you ever lift? Kind of touched on that already, but thanks for your comment. Brian Johnson, if you could upgrade anything else on your Jeep, what would it be? So right now, I definitely want to upgrade the front suspension, the steering anyway, get that nice and beefed up. But the one thing that I really would like to do is add a Gobi roof rack. They have like an integrated light bar at the top. It's just, I don't think I'll fit in my garage. So that's kind of a problem. So I don't know if I'll be doing the Gobi rack, at least with this garage. So Garby16 says, would you change anything on your Jeep as it sits now? Are you not happy with anything? So kind of what I said before, front suspension. And that's kind of the main thing that I want to focus on now, is getting that kind of buttoned up. All right, so Jake McKee asked, why don't you lift the TJ? Because I really like the way it drives right now, and I really have no need to. So yeah. All right, Christian Glaude. Hi, what is the specs for the wheel spacer the Jeep with the 17-inch JK wheels have? Thanks from Quebec. Hey, cool. It's cool seeing having you guys comment from where you're from, which is cool. I got like guys in Quebec, a couple of guys from Germany, a couple other guys from Canada too. But yeah, so that's cool. But anyway, the specs, I don't know the specs. I don't think they make that many different adapters. But I think Spider Tracks and I think maybe Terraflex makes like an adapter kit. I don't know the exact dimensions off the top of my head, so maybe I'll get back to you on that. Ahmed Karsa says, why did you choose the Cobra over all the other race cars you could have gotten? So back in high school, I kind of had just, YouTube was kind of pretty new at the time, and then the Cobras came out, and then, just from watching the videos, and I've always kind of liked, I guess, Mustangs. Like when I was younger, I liked the Mustang, and I liked the New Edge. And then high school came around, and I started really kind of liking cars more. And then, I don't know, just basically just watching all the YouTube videos. They were affordable for what they were. I was actually looking at, because the Cobras at the time were pretty expensive, so I was kind of looking at like GTs or like a Mach 1, like that would have been pretty cool. But yeah, and then just basically just watching YouTube videos in math class when we were supposed to be doing our homework. Me and my buddy he would watch Corvette videos, and I'd watch the Mustang videos, and we'd show each other. But yeah, so basically why, I mean, obviously supercharged from the factory. It was like the coolest looking car to me anyway, and it was relatively affordable. So. Oh, and same guy. And congratulations on 10K subs. I told you brother, you get huge on YouTube in no time. Your videos, video quality are top notch, better than many, and I mean many other big YouTubers. And your material is great, is always great and interesting. Keep up the good work, and I hope to meet you one day. Be very great. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that, dude. Ah, hello from France. All right, congratulations for your 10K subscribers. About your Jeep, have you installed your tires after or before changing your fenders? I plan on buying a TJ, but I don't know if 35s will be too big with the original fenders without a lift. So for the fronts, I installed my tires after, like as soon as I was done with this, I bolted these up. So you probably won't fit in the front. You'll fit in the rear. You do rub a little bit on the stock plastic flare. In the front, I think you pretty much have to have these. So I bolted these up first and then kind of rolled with that. So, all right, Israel Salinas says, what are some brands to stay away from in Jeep modification parts? What are some important detailing? Okay, we'll answer the first one here. What are some brands to stay away from? I don't know. I'm not going to really say which ones are not, because I haven't personally used any like bad brands or whatever. I'm not going to trash talk any brands. I don't know. I mean, usually like if you think it's too cheap, it's probably cheap for a reason. So like that's why I went with the metal cloaks. Is they're more expensive, but they're made in America, and I know they're great quality, and I know they're going to last me a long time. So that's kind of why I went with that. And that's kind of everything else on the Jeep. I kind of wanted to get good quality stuff. But as far as metal cloak, rugged ridge, they've been great. LOD off-road with my rear tire carrier, the Goodyear Wrangler MTR tires, they've been great. So it's kind of just buy the stuff that I think looks cool, and then that I don't know, it just looks quality, so I'll just do it that way. All right, Oliver One Boisvert, what's your dream Jeep model? Definitely the TJ. This is definitely my dream Jeep. I don't think I wouldn't trade it for kind of any other Jeep. So, all right, Craig Falkenberg, how long and what did you have to take off for your front fenders? And I'm in love with the TJ. I just got a TJ. Very cool, dude. All right, so how long? It took me, I would say probably, I think it took me like maybe 4 to 6 hours, if I remember correctly, to do this fender and the back, taking these off and then putting these ones on. And it's just unbolts. So everything was, you bolt it all off, you bolt the old ones off, and then you bolt the new ones right up. So very simple, no cutting, no nothing like that. The rears were a different story, but that was just for the front. Oh, sorry, we'll go back to Israel. What are some important detailing tricks that are overlooked, such as swirl technique and horizontal buffeting? Is there any future subscriber car trip in the future? Yeah, definitely. Maybe it'd be definitely cool to meet you guys in person. That'd be cool. But as far as detailing stuff, if you guys really want to know like how to properly detail stuff, I'm definitely not an expert, but Larry at MONOIC, he's got a YouTube channel. Definitely look at his videos. He's got a ton, just a massive amount of videos on how to properly detail a car and how to wash it properly. So I would definitely take a look at his stuff. Snoop Dom, 10K, let's go. Thank you. Joshua, congrats. What convinced you to buy a Jeep? Definitely my sister, driving my sister's TJ around, actually. Mike Bender, are you going to do it for Dale at a Rip Tater chip? We are. Fernando Miguel, street car versus Jeep, which is better? I don't really think they're two like completely separate things. I don't really know how you can really do a good comparison of the two, just because they're so different. Max T, what are your recommendations for rust prevention, especially for those who use TJs as daily drivers in snowy areas? At least what I did is, what I'm going to be doing is, sanding it down, hitting it with some mineral spirits to clean off any oil or any degreaser or whatever you want. And then I like using Rust-Oleum Rust Back to Metal, or their self-etching primer, and then their truck bed liner. That's kind of what I use. There's a bunch of different, obviously, people on the internet who will say to use different things and different products, but that's just kind of what I use. So, yeah. Jonathan Ocampo, dope, thank you. Sam C03, are there any plans for a new car or Jeep in the near future? Yeah, I mean, I'm always kind of on the lookout for a Jeep Comanche. I really like those. I think they're kind of a cool old pickup truck. So I'm kind of always looking for one of those. I've also kind of started looking for the old World War II Jeeps. I think that would be kind of a cool Jeep for the channel. So kind of, but not, probably not. I'm gonna basically be modding the Jeep and the Cobra kind of more before that. But like I said, if a Comanche comes up, we'll probably pick one up. Isaiah Torres, is the channel coming out with expectations? How hard is it to maintain? Expectations? Yeah, I mean, I hope it keeps growing. I mean, that's kind of my expectation, is to keep it growing. And then, but other than that, is it hard to maintain? I mean, for me, making videos isn't really like work at all. So it's just kind of fun. So for me, not really. All right, Zach Via. What are the next upgrades that will be going on the Jeep, and what will you do when it's finally finished? So I don't think it'll ever be finally finished. I guess, like I've said before, depending on how the channel does and everything like that. But for right now, we're going to be upgrading the front suspension here once it gets kind of warmer out. It's actually really cold, but I don't know, I felt like wearing a t-shirt today. Caleb Sorensen, did you know you wanted your Jeep to look like when you first got it? Inspiration, or was it more touch and go with upgrades? So probably one of the bigger influence on me kind of wanted to get a Jeep and kind of really modify it was Fred Williams, his tube stock Jeep, and he had, I think it was like 37-inch tires and minimal lift. So I liked that lower center of gravity look. And then from there it was, I wanted big tires. And then from there it was just kind of browsing online I looked at every single bumper that comes on the TJ, and I saw someone that had that front bumper. I liked that look, so I went and I got that. These wheels, same thing, kind of looked for wheels on the forums and everything, and found these ones, and I liked these. Medical fenders, I actually saw these on a Jeep in Florida that I really liked, and I was like, yep, I'm gonna do these for sure. The tire carrier, same kind of thing, just looking at all of them. So it just took a while to kind of pick all the parts I wanted to get for the Jeep, and then kind of bought all of them. Green Drill says, would love to hear the story on how you got your Cobra, where you had to go to get it, how many miles were on it, and how much you paid. Yeah, I'll definitely be doing a video on that here soon, so definitely stay tuned for that. American Jeeps, first and last mod recommendations. I know there isn't really a last mod, but what order do you want to do your mods? So for the mods, all right, I got everything done here. Like I said, front suspension, and then that'll pretty much be it for a while. Like I said, I want to do that Gobi roof rack with some Baja design, LP6 and LP9 amber lights, maybe pod lights here and there up top in the bumper. I do need to get a worn winch. I want to get the synthetic roped one. But other than that, that's pretty much like kind of the normal mods. And then if YouTube keeps growing, then we can kind of go kind of crazy, axles, engine, transmission, all that kind of stuff. So, alrighty. So those, I think we got one more. Yes, Trace Rubio says, what made you want to do YouTube? That's a good question. So I made my first video back in 2011, and I really don't remember why. I'd always made videos when I was a kid, so it's kind of the normal. Most YouTubers say I made videos when I was a kid, and that's just kind of how it started. And then my buddy had bought a 2011 Camaro, and I don't know why, but I took my it was an iPod Touch at the time, and just recorded a video and uploaded. So I don't really remember why. I'm glad I did, because it was just fun. And then I just then I got a GoPro for Christmas one year and started making GoPro videos. And then when I got the Cobra, I made GoPro videos of that. And then yeah, so that's kind of how I guess I just kind of did it once and just kept doing it little by little. And then now I kind of post more and more, where before I'd post maybe every other month, or just kind of whenever I felt like it. So, but yeah, so those were all excellent questions. So thank you guys if you made it this far into the video. I'm impressed. So, but anyway, so a couple things I want to talk about. Definitely, if you guys aren't in my Discord server, definitely hop in there. I got a bunch of subscribers that are already in there, and they're really helpful to any new people with questions and stuff like that. We got We got Craig, he's our GM guy, so any questions on GM stuff he knows. But we got a bunch of other people in there. I got a sub car area where you can post pictures of your cars or your Jeeps or whatever like that. So I'll leave a link down in the description of this video to that server. It's kind of like you can talk to us, and we game once in a while, or we game a lot. So you can come in there and game with us and all that kind of stuff. So, but other than that, so the giveaway. So I'm going to be giving away a set of those SunPie LED headlights for your Jeep. So that I think it works with the TJs, JKs, and I'm not sure if the JLs work, but I know for sure TJ and JK. So I'm going to be giving away a set of those to you guys. So all you have to do to enter is just leave a comment down below of this video, and then I think, I don't know, maybe we'll do like a week or so, or a few days. We'll pick a winner. We'll just do a random comment picker, and then yeah, then I'll ship you guys out some nice headlights. So anyway, guys, I think that's pretty much it. But yeah, so I just wanted to thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you guys supporting my channel, and I read all the comments, so keep the comments coming. And yeah, let me know what kind of videos you guys want to see. Maybe I haven't thought of something, and maybe you guys could think of something cool if you guys, I don't know, want to see something. But anyway, guys, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. You guys are already subscribed, so I don't have to say consider subscribing. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys again. I really appreciate you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.